Okay guys, so I have the results of the giveaway for the care package for whoever could guess closest to what I actually totaled at the meet. And unfortunately for the meet, I made a very questionable call as far as my second deadlift attempt, and I missed it. So that pretty much killed my total, and I only totaled 2,006 pounds. So I'm surprised more people didn't guess a low ball total in case I missed a lift or something. And I get it, my total's been going up for 4 meets in a row, and had I made the right call, I should have totaled 2089. 2089 is what I should have totaled. And I apologize to George Tamas, because George Tamas guessed right on the money. He had all the attempts exactly what they should have been. So I squatted 766, he called that. I benched 446, he called that. And I should have deadlifted 876 if I had made the proper call. Now, considering this was a terrible meet prep, I should have played it smart, taken 876 on the second, and I would have hit it. 10 pounds was all I needed, guys. It was that close. And I would have had a 2089 total, a 568 Wilks. I mean, it's just what could have been. But instead of doing that, I got ambitious, went for broke, went from 793 on my opener right to 889, 888.5 technically, to try to break Ed Cohen's 242 American record and to try to total 2101. And I got it above my knees, as you're gonna see in the video, and I couldn't lock it out. So my total was 2006, and Vinny Tallarico guessed 2008. So he is the winner, and I've reached out to him for him to provide me his address, and I'll send that out to him. But this was just a disappointing meet for me, because I know I should have taken 876, and I will be kicking myself for the next 5 months thinking about that as I wait till May 6th for the next meet in 15 weeks. And should have taken the 2089 total, guys, because it was there, and I regret that. But you know what? May 6th, our RPS Resurrection in Olive Branch, Mississippi at T. Cummins Gym. I'm going to take the 220 all-time world record total of 2100. And you can, I would bet on it right now. All I got to do is cut 9 more pounds. I cut to 229 for this meet, 229.4 officially. To see if I could cut that much weight, turned out to be 22.5 pounds total. It was really tough, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk around at about 238, 240 for this meet prep, cut the weight down to 220, and take out that record. So I feel very good about my chances of that. And that's the plan basically for the next 15 weeks. We're building up to it. So some notable changes in my training. I will be trained 5 days a week. We have 3 bench days total, as bench has plateaued and something needs to be done about it. So we're increasing the frequency and the specificity, and let's get that moving again. The other thing, I'm gonna figure out what's going on with my hip mobility, because I get a lot of lumbar flexion at the bottom and low back rounding at the bottom of my squats. Causes me to lose all my tightness and makes my squats much tougher. So I feel like I could be squatting a lot more if I worked on my hip mobility, as I have in the past. I just got away from it. So I need to get back to that, and then 766 will be a joke. So I squatted 766 at this meet for a PR. And it didn't feel too bad, I should have maybe done a little more, but it's a PR, so whatever. 766 is now an 8 plate per side squat. Been a long time goal, knocked it out. That's good. Now squats started out all weird. I didn't have them line me up in the middle, so on my first one, it felt like garbage. and then I stumbled back at the end, and so I had to retake it on the second. They lined me up, it came up okay, and then I just played it safe, went with 766. Squats just weren't feeling great because that whole low back thing that I had going on, but still PR, 6 pounds PR. Then bench was tied my meet PR at 446. It was a grind. There was literally nothing more in me. So after squat and bench, my sub total was 12 pounds ahead of my all-time PR total. So I'm on track here. Feeling confident again. My hands were swelling up from the lack of sodium or something, even though in the weight cut, even though I've been pounding sodium. So I was dipping them in ice water throughout the meet to try to keep the swelling down. So deadlift, I'm warming up. I'm in the back room warming up. I pull 715 on a squat bar, beltless. Felt like a joke. I'm feeling confident. Go out, hit my opener, 793. Easy. I'm at that point, I'm like, let's go for the American record. I've got it. I wouldn't have tried it had there been any doubt, but there was no doubt. And so I'm pulling this thing up, and then my underhand rotates in, starts rotating in. I get the helicopter effect where the bar kicks out in front of me on the right side, and that's what caused the miss. Oh, so close. And I had nothing in the tank by the time I retried it. So I missed this 889, and I'm going back. I'm walking back thinking I blew it, because had I just taken the PR of 876, I locked that out. I total 2089 at 229. I have a 568 Wilks. My ranking goes up to 12th in the world for raw Wilks, for all weight classes, and it's a successful day. But I just had this ambitious plan. I could have taken that on my third. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It was just poor planning. A mistake I will never make again. And my grip felt stronger than ever. I could have held 900 for hours. So my grip was fantastic. Now we know the secret to grip. Farmer walks or frame carries with fat grips coupled with captains of crush. That's it. I mean, I did those shrug holds with my straps, but I feel like the captains of crush were the game changer in my grip. Grip has never been more solid. So I'm gonna continue doing that once a week. But I basically know what I need to do. Walk around lighter, bench a heck of a lot more, work on my hip mobility so my squats aren't a freaking train wreck, and I'll be there. One thing that really hurt me was on Christmas Eve, I broke the back raise machine. Like, I was on rep 6 and it gave out and collapsed. And so I couldn't do back raises for the last month of the prep, and I'm sure that's part of the reason I couldn't quite lock out 889. So that's simple enough. Start doing those again. I'm doing pause deadlifts again. Nothing else real notable. As far as the actual meet, it was one poor decision away from being a great meet. And you live and learn from these. It's just, I know, it's just, the 876 I would have locked out all day. So it's very disappointing to me that my decision making is what made this a failure, so to speak. But you know what? It's just like Dominique Cruz talked about after his loss. I don't need to constantly be hitting PR totals to feel successful and feel good about myself. There was a time where lifting was all that defined me, and I would be miserable if I wasn't constantly setting PRs. But I'm not there right now. I'm feeling okay. I think in hindsight, I know that what I should have done and what I had in me, and I know that I'm just gonna smash this world record at the May meet. So I think that gives me peace of mind. I know what went wrong, and I'm man up to it. I own this. I own that poor decision, and we live and learn. So lesson learned. And it kind of it brought my hunger back. I was very mentally burned out going into this meet, and now that hunger is back, so that's helped. But I'm ready to put this behind me, make it a great 15-week prep, and I'll be pretty much how shall I put this? How shall I phrase this? I'll be very close to natty for the next 2 months, 8 weeks. And then 7 weeks out, you do the math. But just gonna take a break as far as my body goes and try to build myself up, a lot more bodybuilding stuff and all sorts of that stuff. It's nice to feel muscular soreness for once and not joint soreness. So it feels great. I'm used to having that joint soreness all the time, and now it's like I'm hitting muscles and working on things that I never work on. But thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, thumbs up, comment, subscribe. I don't know. Okay, guys, recapping the USPA Tennessee Open, where I totaled 2,006 pounds at 229 body weight. I basically explained that in the intro to the video, but this was 655 on my last warm-up. No knee sleeves, no belt here. You notice at the bottom there, I kind of lose my tightness, and that's exactly what I was talking about with my hips. I need to work on that. I didn't get the video of the first attempt, but I got the lift. I just stumbled, and it was all off. So this is where I started having them line me up in the center. I don't know why the video is blurry here, but this is the 7-11 retake, second attempt. And it moved a lot better than the first because they lined me up in the middle of the bar. So comes up pretty smooth here. But again, I'm losing my tightness at the bottom. So that's hip mobility issues that I need to work on. So I'm not getting so much lumbar flexion at the bottom of my squats. So the squats were feeling kind of iffy. I just decided to go for the 5-pound PR here. So I've done 760, this is 766. And in hindsight, I could have done 771, maybe 778, but I'll take this. This was a nice little PR, considering squats felt off the whole day warming up and on my first 2 attempts. I really wasn't sure if I was going to get this, to be honest. But comes up smooth. I stayed tighter on that one. That was really the difference there. So as far as squats in the off season, I just need to work on hip mobility and staying tight. Here's my last bench warm-up, 405. Didn't feel great, to be honest. I think I got a little too reliant on compression cuffs in my training over my elbows. And when I take those away, I just don't have quite as much power off my chest. 430 opener, moved a little slow, but I got it nonetheless. Went up to 440 on my second, 441. 200 kilos here. This one, I got a little out of the groove and almost got caught there about 2/3 of the way up, but I got it. So I knew after this one I didn't have much left in me, so I only made a 5-pound jump to 446. This ties my bench PR. And I got this one. Basically, I think I was 12 pounds ahead of my total from record breakers at this point. So I was on track for the total PR going into deadlifts. So I always warm up on a squat bar or a stiff bar before I go out on the platform. 715 beltless on a Texas squat bar, moved really easy. Grip felt amazing. This is 793, my opener here. Felt a little slow, but I still felt very confident. I had zero doubt that I could break Ed Cohen's 242 world record and pull that 889. So this one felt really good. Came up pretty smooth. And this is where I made the mistake of jumping right to the 889 instead of taking 876 and securing that 2089 total that would have been there. First attempt here. And what happens is on the right side, that's my underhand. My hand wants to turn in, and that wrist rotation causes the bar to kick out in front of me, and is what causes the miss right above my knees. You can see on the left side, it's in close, it's getting there, but the right side is drifting away. This point, I really knew there wasn't much in the tank, so I wasn't very confident going into this attempt. The second really took a lot out of me, and I just basically pulled it up to my knees. Didn't get very far. But next meet, May 6th, RPS Resurrection in Olive Branch, Mississippi. And I'm training hard, guys. 220 class, world record coming up.